I'm just gonna, all of our deaf and muted friends out there, Governor Scott has the things. I'll be doing the sign language for the state of Florida and Governor Scott's office. Governor, go ahead.
It's a dangerous and life-threatening Category 5 storm with winds up to 185 miles per hour. 185 miles per hour, just think about that. The storm is massive, and the storm surge is predicted will go for miles and miles. In some instances, it could cover homes and go very far inland. We need to also prepare for torrential rain, extreme and life-threatening wind. Right now, Irma is traveling at about 15 miles per hour, and the track has it forecasted to move just south of the Florida Keys on a westerly path with a slight north turn. Storm surge and extreme winds are the biggest concern right now. We are preparing for Irma to directly impact our state, and while it's still too early to tell exactly where the storm will hit, it is incredibly important that all Floridians keep a close eye on this incredibly dangerous storm. Do not sit and wait to prepare. Get prepared now. Yesterday, I declared a state of emergency in all 67 Florida counties to help emergency management officials across the state work together more easily and to ensure that they have all the resources they need to prepare our communities. This morning, I requested President Trump declare a pre-landfill emergency for the entire state of Florida. I just heard from the White House, and I have been told that President Trump has approved this declaration. This will free up much-needed federal funding and assistance as we prepare for Irma. As of 5 o'clock today, I waived all tolls in the state, which will help our evacuation efforts. I've been in direct contact with many officials throughout the state today. I talked with the U.S. Navy Region Southeast Commander, Rear Admiral Bet Balabar. The Navy is working to get personnel to safety and planning recovery and response activities in the Florida Keys. I spoke with Florida sheriffs to ensure they have everything they need and urged them to be in touch with their local utility providers. At this time, they have no unmet needs. I spoke with Florida police chiefs to let them know the state stands ready to support them and urge them to let us know if they have any unmet needs. At this time, they have not reported any unmet needs. I spoke with Florida school superintendents to discuss school closures and preparedness, as well as the needs for schools to be used as shelters. I had a call with FEMA Administrator Brock Long regarding preparedness and the federal government's readiness to assist Florida before, during, and after the storm. We have FEMA representatives here now and are working closely with us. They have assured me that Harvey response will not impact their response to Florida. I talked to all 67 Florida counties to coordinate their needs with state preparedness and response. The state is actively working on county requests and responding to any and all requests. I had a call with Florida base commanders regarding Hurricane Irma and military preparedness. At this point, they have no unmet needs. I talked with Homeland Security Acting Secretary Elaine Duke regarding Hurricane Irma and the response of the federal government to Florida's needs. They are standing ready. I spoke with Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Jimenez to ensure they have all the resources they need. I had a call with Red Cross CEO Gail McGovern regarding volunteer personnel sheltering and preparedness in response to Hurricane Irma. The American Red Cross is sending 1,000 volunteers to Florida. I spoke with Florida's ports in readiness, preparedness, and supply distribution to respond to Hurricane Irma. All ports are still open and operating. I had a call with Florida University presidents regarding university emergency preparedness plans and closures. I have asked them to look at available space for evacuees and sheltering for utility crews who will be critical to get power restored. Tonight, I will be speaking with the following groups to coordinate preparedness and response. For the colleges. School closures, please contact your superintendent. Lake Okeechobee. I spoke with South Florida Water Management District Chairman Dan O'Keefe to discuss Lake Okeechobee and the district's hurricane preparedness efforts this morning. I had a call this afternoon with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers District Commander Colonel Jason Kirk to discuss Lake Okeechobee and the federally operated Herbert Hoover Dike. I had a call with the Army Corps of Engineers regarding Lake Okeechobee water levels with Hurricane Irma's projected path and impact. The Army Corps and the South Florida Water Management District have begun lowering water levels in Lake Okeechobee as well as the surrounding canals and moving as much water as possible to tide and south through flood control structures throughout its flood control system in preparation for the storm. Routine inspections of the Herbert Hoover Dike are taking place, and additional inspections will begin once the lake approaches 17 feet.
Okay.
The lake level is currently